Yeah, we had a very successful year last year. Obviously the results speak for themselves, of course. But the season in general, it was a learning one for us because it was our third year, so not quite as new. We couldn't apply that tag, perhaps as efficiently as we had in the years before, and as a result of that, and because of success before last season, we were in a different position than we had been, the first 2 years. The first 2 years, we were just sort of a little naive about it, just having fun and, surprising ourselves with some of those results. And, last season, beginning it as the defending conference champs, we had some different expectations and some different pressures associated with those expectations. So that was an interesting learning experience for our girls. And, we had obviously some great performances. We just about rewrote that record book again. Sent a record number of girls to NCAAs and, finished it off with some national champions. So we continued, I guess, our evolution. We'd been on that trend, and I think that the challenge now will be to continue that. I mean, it's a very mature group. It's a group, because of our past experiences, they kind of know what they have to do, and they've already picked up where they left off a little bit last season, just in a couple of practices that we've had, and they're setting a great example for what I think is a pretty talented group of freshmen and sophomores to keep building, who ultimately will be charged with continuing our success after this season. So yeah, I mean, anytime you can bring back 3 individual national championships, as well as I think it's 7 All-American honorees total, we feel like we're going to have some pretty good pieces in place. And it's going to be fun to sort of see how it develops with a pretty challenging schedule and some changes in our conference that are going to make things even more challenging again. Yeah, I think in the fall, between swimming and diving, we have 3 SEC schools on the schedule. We open up at Alabama with Vanderbilt, so that's going to be a pretty good test to see where we're at pretty early in the season, much earlier than we're used to. And our divers go to Clemson, which is one of the premier. They're a diving-only program. Diving is what they do, and our girls are going to go up there and I'm sure do a very good job competing. And probably our other highlight is in the fall we have a meet at Florida Gulf Coast, who are in the top 30 in Division I last year, with Florida State and Florida Southern, who's one of the top Division II programs. So a really good mix of strong competition, which we think we need that to get us best prepared for success at the national level. And we'll learn a lot about our team. We'll learn a lot about our strengths. We'll learn a lot about things we need to work on as we go through those experiences.